gentleman from Florida for 5 minutes for questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate it. Mr. Aran, different sports leagues have different models for how viewers can watch them, largely due to the differences in what teams own certain media rights. For example, the NFL owns all of its media rights. If I'm stand corrected, you can tell me. Whereas the Major League Baseball owns the media rights for only some of its teams. Can you talk about how this affects the sports media marketplace? What impact does it have on the media coverage for different leagues? This is for Mr. Oren.
Sure, thank you very much. The NFL owns the media rights, and it's a national media rights. And
Yeah.
right now, it makes all of the games available nationally. Some games are within regional windows, so you're not, unless you were to subscribe to YouTube and get a NFL Red Zone, you get whatever games come on your local markets. I think with the NBA, with the NHL, and with Major League Baseball, they also have national deals like that, but they allow the teams, the individual teams, to sell their local rights, and that is where over the past several decades, the regional sports network business really was able to grow, because you're able to watch it over regional sports networks. Now, because of cord cutting, the cord cutting means that the regional sports networks are getting less money, and the rights fees kept going up, and so all of a sudden the business wasn't as good for the regional sports networks, and now they're looking at other areas to go, and that's where Mr. Lawler's company comes in. That's where a lot of the streaming companies come in, and they're trying to figure out how to move forward while still making money off those local rights.
Okay, let me ask you that. You mentioned NFL, and I know in the opening statements we had a healthcare hearing down here, so I missed most of the hearing. But you mentioned the NFL, and Peacock streaming that playoff game. Do you anticipate that being, and anybody can chime in if they want, do you anticipate that being a regular occurrence? I mean, NBC is Peacock as well, but people just don't know yet. And I know you want to give them choices, and everything's good. You can see more games and what have you, different sports, but that was a real problem. In my constituents were very upset about not being able to get that game if they didn't have Peacock. Do you anticipate that happening over and over?
Yes, I anticipate that happening a lot. That's part of the NFL's plan. It's part of the network's plan. I think you're going to see almost certainly a wild card game exclusively on Paramount Plus next season, possibly on Amazon as well. It's not for the foreseeable future, but certainly for the next couple of years.
So you think even the regular season games are going to be strictly on Peacock, for example? I know that Paramount Plus is a Thursday night game, so people are used to get Paramount Plus, but the Peacock, they weren't. I mean, I think they were thrown off guard.
No, the Peacock, the NBC is going to keep their regular Sunday night football game on NBC. You can also access it through Peacock.
And that's good that you have the choice to access it through Peacock as well. Okay, Mr. Oran, as more and more competitors enter the streaming space and content bifurcates among these platforms, consumers are finding themselves having to purchase additional subscriptions to get the shows they want. Consumers may get sticker shock if everything on streaming is paid by subscription. Isn't there still a space for an advertisement-based model, and can't we rely on consumers to make decisions for themselves if they want to receive more or less ads, if it saves them money in the long run? If you could comment on that, I appreciate it. I know we don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, sure. I think that what we're seeing with regards to that is streaming is where a lot of these leagues feel like they can make some money that is going to be that's a lot more tighter because of the advertising market. The advertising market and the pay TV market is suffering through so much cord cutting that they're getting much less fees from cable and satellite operators than they used to, and that's the big problem that the leagues are facing right now.
All right, in the interest of time, Mr. Chairman, I'll yield back and submit my third question. Thank you.
Well, thank you. The gentleman yields back, and the chair